talk, and before we start, I want to talk about my expectations. My first expectation is that you guys think deeply about math. To think deeply about math is to really think about how numbers work and how they are connected. I'm going to write that key word down here, connections. We're not just talking about the procedures, but the connections that we make. The second thing that is an expectation is that if you know how to do the problem that I'm posing here and you have a strategy, you're going to show me you're ready with a thumbs up right here. A discrete thumbs up. Why do you think we do a thumbs up and not a what do you think, Ali?
Because it's very distracting.
It might be distracting. We're also allowing people thinking time that might need a little bit more time. So this is discrete, it allows other people to have more thinking time, and it's a little bit more respectful. And the last thing, Mateo, is that you need to be facing and listening to the person who is talking. We don't want to repeat what other people say. So you need to make sure you're listening to someone else, and if you want to add on, you can use that language. I would like to add on to what Nadia said, or I have a different strategy than Nadia's strategy. But we need to be listening to each other, okay? So are we ready for our first math talk?
Yes.
The main thing, you're going to try to figure out what strategy, what pattern I'm using. The pattern is a mystery at this moment. But at some point, we will reveal the pattern, okay? So let's start. So this is my first problem. Remember, discrete thumbs up if you know the answer to this problem. Thank you for remembering the discrete thumbs up, Lucas. And I'm going to use equity sticks because I see a lot.
We don't have any.
We don't have equity sticks.
I need the palitos. I need new ones.
Well, let's just do this then. Duncan, can you give me the answer?
300.
And how did you know that?
Well, so with the place value chart, it's times 10 times 10, and each 10 and each 0 represents a 10. So times 10 times 10, and then that's in the hundredth place with the 3, so it's 300.
Okay, so it's 100. It's 3 times 10 times 10, which is 300. So you're looking at place value here. So I'm going to write in parentheses. The big concept you're using is place value. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Using this information, thank you for remembering. Now remember, the key word here is connections. Can you find a connection between these two problems? And if you can, what is that connection? Lucas. Can you speak up a little bit so we can't hear you?
Enemies with nothing figured out, just 300, and then multiply it by 2.
Why did you multiply by 2?
Because it's 200 by the 100.
Huh. So you doubled it, right? So when it equals?
600.
Wow, okay. So what I'm hearing Lucas say is that he's doubling the 100, the product of 100, because the factor is a double. It's double. So here we started using some keywords. What is the keyword I started using? Aiden, what is one keyword that I used to talk about the result? Who can help? Yes, Aiden? Product. And then to talk about the numbers that I'm multiplying, what is that keyword that I'm using? What is that keyword? So now, not only we're thinking deeply about connections, but we're using the math vocabulary. Okay. Now let's move on to our third one. Knowing this and knowing this, what is this? Thank you for remembering. And I'm going to give a little bit more thinking time for this one. I would like to see at least 10 discrete fingers, because we have all the information to figure this out. We can make connections. And I'm going to push you to use the vocabulary. the mathematical vocabulary, because we're mathematicians, discrete thinkers. So, Rachel.
The answer is 597, and I think that because I'm using what Lucas figured out, and 3 times 200 is 600, but I have 199, and I have to add that 3 times, so I just take away 3.
Why are you taking away 3?
Because I have to add 199 3 times,
Mm-hmm.
but using, well, if I have 200 and I add it 3 times, it's 600, but then I can just take away 3 because they're only, because 199 is 1 times less, is 1 less.
Wow, so you're looking at it as in a repeated addition. So you're seeing that it's 200 plus 200 plus 200 would be 600. But you're taking 1 out of each one of them, so it's going to be a total of 3 less. 3 less.